Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So from today we are starting something new. As you had seen from previous few days, there were no videos uploaded on the channel because we were planning to start something new, some new technique through which we can teach you guys. From today we will be starting with Q2C. Q2C is questions to concept. So what we will be doing is we will be continuing as we had taken unit 1 of commerce and unit 4 of paper 1. So paper 1 unit 4 we will be continuing, which is communication unit, but we are going to teach you in a different manner, which is we will be solving the PYQs, the MCQs of SET and NET exam, that is the previous year question papers of SET and NET exam. Also some MCQs which are formed by us. And along with that, we will be explaining each and every concept which is related to that MCQ. Okay. So we'll try to cover at least 15 to 20 questions in each video. And why we have come up with this session of Q2C is so that we can cover your maximum topics, your maximum concepts as soon as we can. And also this will give you an insight as to how you should answer the questions in your examination. So this is a very new concept. I don't think so this has been taught anywhere before. So on Commerce Aspirants channel we are starting with this new technique, which is questions to concept. So hopefully you will be able to understand more better with this technique, and yes, your feedback and suggestions are welcome. So Q2C, okay, questions to concept. So what we will be doing is, first we will complete our syllabus through questions to concept method. We will be conducting the classes in this manner only. We will be solving questions, answers of previous year and understand the concepts simultaneously. After the syllabus is completed, we will start with marathons for all the 10 units, paper 1 and paper 2. Marathon sessions will be taken for both paper 1 and paper 2, and after that again we will be solving all the PYQs, MCQs, but just we will be solving it in a quick manner. We won't explain the concepts then. It will be like a test for you, and also we will be providing you some links of various sites, various educational platforms where you can give mock tests free of cost. You need not pay anything. Okay, so this will be our first stage where we will understand all the 10 units of our syllabus of paper 1 through question to concept method. After that, in our second stage, we will be learning conducting marathons for all the 10 units, and this will help you in revision. Okay, these marathons will be like a revision for you guys. After this, we will be conducting again MCQ, PYQ classes. In that, we will be just solving the questions quickly. We won't dig deep into the concepts as we did in our first stage. And the fourth stage, we will be providing you links where you can give free mock tests to make your preparation more better. So in this 4 stages, your exam preparation is going to be done on our channel, that is Commerce Aspirants. And again, this all preparation will be done in 3 languages, English, Hindi, Marathi. NET exam, I don't think so. It will take place before August or September. Similarly, SET exams will also take place in September only, I guess, or mostly in August. Before August, your exams won't be conducted, that is for sure. So by June, our target is that we have to complete all these 4 stages. Okay, and yes, we'll be able to do it, don't worry, because we need to make sure the entire syllabus is completed, your concepts are clear, also you are able to attempt the question. What happens, many students cover their syllabus, they do their revision, but they don't know how to answer the question. That is the most difficult part, because question is given, there are 4 options. Still, why we are not getting the marks? Because we are not able to handle the questions. So in this Q2C method, you will be able to learn how you need to attempt the question, how you need to answer it, because answer is given, right? Answer is given, still how come we are not able to answer? So this is why Q2C method is launched on our channel, so that this will help the students to attempt the question, to handle the questions more better. Okay, so now we'll start with our session, with our class. For our first class, I have got you the questions of set examination. This was conducted in September 21. So, and don't worry, all the PYQs of NET and set exams will be covered. Also MCQs, which we will be preparing from our own end, that also we will be taking. So today we'll start with set exam 2021 PYQ. Now what you have to do, as I'll be explaining to you how to answer it, and then I'll start explaining you the concept. You need to write it. You will have to write that concept in your notes and continue preparing notes in the same manner how I had asked you all to do in my first video. If any of you have not watched that video where I have discussed how you should prepare notes, kindly go and watch that video after completing this class. Okay, don't go now. Okay, so first question which was asked in set examinations, according to Newcomb, dash is not so much important in communication cycle. Newcomb, this question is based on Newcomb's model. We have never learned this model. Okay, this is a question which is unexpected. Unexpected means what? These type of questions will be asked in your examination where some random author's model will be asked to you, some question related to that author's model. Now, is it possible for you to learn all the communication models? No. We have so many models. In teaching aptitude, we have models. In communication, in people development and environment, we need to remember the conventions. In higher educations, various schools. So is it possible to remember all the models of communication? No. So what you will do in such type of question, and make sure each and every question is important. You should not think that okay, one question we'll skip, no worries, remaining 49 we'll be able to answer. This is a very wrong thinking. Your aim should be that one also question should not be skipped from your end. You need to try and solve each and every question. And this question, even if you don't know who is Newcomb, what is his model, still you can answer it correctly. Why? Let's see. Now, not much important in communication cycle. Okay. So in this question, you will be using elimination technique. Elimination technique. What is elimination technique now? For example, see, option A is what? Sender. Imagine you are communicating with someone, sender, there should be a sender, right? I'll write it here for you guys. In communication, there will be a sender who will give message to receiver, right? and this message will be passed through a medium or a channel. Got it? This message will be passed through a medium or a channel. Then there is a concept of noise when you are passing the message. Noise means not any kind of a barrier which is created. Suppose, for example, you have gone out for traveling to some XYZ place, and suppose your mom is calling you and you're not able to hear her what she's saying because the place where you're traveling, there is a lot of crowd there, or you are in some traffic, or there is network issue, XYZ. For XYZ reasons, you are not able to hear what your mom is saying. So, what is this called? This is noise. This is a barrier to communication. Sender, receiver, message, medium and channel. Medium and channel means what? For example, I am your teacher, so I am sender. You are my students whom I am explaining, so you are the receiver. Message is what? That I am teaching you all PYQs. I am not teaching, I am trying to explain you the PYQs. What is my medium or channel? YouTube, or you can say videos. Videos is the medium or channel. And what can be the noise? Poor network. Poor network connection from your end can be the barrier. Because of that, the video will buffer or the quality will reduce, so you won't be able to watch the video. And what can be the noise from my end? That if I am not able to record it properly, or if there is some audio issues in my video, so that is what? Noise. Audio issues, network, these all are examples of noise. So, you know this concept: sender, receiver, medium and channel, noise. Now, when you see these four options here, what you have to see is, okay, first is sender. If sender is not there, can you give, who will give the message? If I am not there, who will explain it to you? Receiver, there should be someone to whom I am giving the message, right? And message is not there, then what is the use of this entire communication cycle? So these three options are safe: sender, receiver and message. So now which one is left? Media. Media is the only option which is left. This is only known as elimination technique. First thing, suppose for you this question is new, for many of the students this question will be new. Out of say, if 100 students are appearing, for 95 students this question is new. 95 students don't know what is Newcom, right? But what you can do is, you can at least try. How you will try? Elimination technique. Think, sender has to be there, there should be a receiver, and without message, what are you going to communicate? You won't communicate anything. So what will be the right answer for this question? Media. So media is the right answer for this question. Okay, so how you have to think? See, there is a sender, there is a receiver, there is a message. Message is what? PYQs. Medium and channel, YT, videos. Noise is what? Audio or network issues. So this is the way how we are going to explain it to you in all the coming classes also. Okay, I hope everyone has understood this. Now we'll go ahead with next question. Next question is, what is one of the following most important factors to become communication effective? Okay, everyone has read the question. Now, communication effective? I have given you a message that I have explained you the PYQs. I am the sender, teacher. I have given you the message PYQs. You are the receiver, students. The medium and channel is YT videos. Noise will be audio and network. Now, after you receive the message, okay, after you receive the message, what is your part? Your part is that whether you have understood or not, okay, you need to give a feedback. Okay, you need to give the feedback. Feedback can be positive, feedback can be negative. Some students will give me feedback in the comment section or on Telegram that ma'am, we understood what you have taught. So this is positive feedback. Some students will say no ma'am, we didn't understand this method. Kindly give us some, kindly explain to us in some another way. So this will be the negative feedback. But feedback must be given. Why? For example, I am teaching you this new technique, this new way of method of teaching from today. And if I am not receiving any positive comments, negative comments, or any comments at all, so how will I be able to understand that whether I should continue in this manner or whether I should do some changes or whether I should do some enhancements in my teaching techniques? How will the sender understand that his message or his information has reached you and you have understood what the sender is trying to say? So, note this in your books that without feedback, communication is not effective, communication process is not complete. Those who have seen my previous communication class videos, they might have heard this from me that I had told y'all that feedback is an important point. It is asked many times in PYQs of NET and SET both. So, now what will be the answer for this? What is one of the following most important factors to become communication effective? Effective is the key word in this question. The moment it is asked what is the most important factor to become communication effective is immediate feedback. Feedback is very important. Put a star and write that point that feedback is very important. In my previous class I had explained you through this diagram also. If you want, you can take a screenshot of this diagram. In this diagram also it is explained that receiver will respond through a feedback. So feedback is very important. Feedback from the receiver to sender is very important for the communication to become effective, to be complete. Okay, understood? Now, let's see what is the next question. Next question is, supervisor in factory orders workers and workers follow the order. This dash type of communication. This is dash type of communication. Now, these are some type. This question is firstly of what types of communication. Now first let me tell you all, to the students who are watching it for the first time, what are the different types of communication. Okay, types of communication, we have two types, which is internal and second type is external. External. Okay, two types of communication, internal and external. In internal we have two more types, which is formal and second is informal. In types of communication, first is internal, second is external. In internal we have two more types, which is formal and informal. Now, in formal, there are many types. First type in formal is horizontal. First type, informal. Okay, I'll write it in a better manner so that you will be able to understand it beautifully. Beautiful. Types of communication. In this, first we'll take a look at internal. Internal type of communication. In internal type, you have two more types. Okay, one is formal and second is informal. Okay, in internal there are two types, one is formal and another one is informal. Then informal, you have few more types. So what are the types in formal? First one is horizontal. I have used different color schemes so that you will be able to understand it better. That red ones are the types of formal communication. So horizontal means what? Horizontal means a sleeping line, like that. The line which I have drawn here. See, this is what we mean. This is what we mean by horizontal. Now, horizontal means when Professor A is communicating with Professor B. Okay, he is communicating with Professor B. When student A is communicating with student B. Okay, when manager X is communicating with manager Y. Now, what are all these grades? Professor with professor, student with student, manager with manager. That means in horizontal communication, the grade, the post, the rank should be same. Okay? And one more thing, I forgot to write it here, that internal means within organization. Internal means within the organization. Within the organization, within the business, within this college, within the school, within one same school, within one same college organization. So, one professor of that college is talking with another professor. One student of one college is talking with student of that college. One manager of one company is talking with the manager of that company. The post is similar, the grade is similar, the rank is similar. So what are these type of communication known as? Horizontal, where the post, grade, rank, everything is same. Okay, where the post, grade, rank, everything is same. Now, next will be vertical. Now, what do you mean by vertical? Vertical means when Professor A is communicating with student B, or when student B is communicating with Professor A. Your professor is talking with student, and in this student is communicating with professor. So here the flow is downwards. In the first diagram the flow is downwards. In the second diagram the flow is upwards. So when a professor is talking to a student, or when a manager is talking to his employee of the same organization, same college, same company, that is known as vertical communication. It is also known as top to to bottom or bottom to top, up and down, down and these are what types of examples of vertical communication, where a higher level person is talking to a person of lower grade or lower level. This is vertical communication. And the third type is diagonal or crosswise. Diagonal or crosswise means one, for example, there are three departments: HR, IT and sales. So one manager from HR is talking to employee of sales. So this is what diagonal communication. One employee of IT is talking to manager of sales. This is again what? Diagonal. Why? Because in diagonal we don't see departments. First of all, departments are not seen. HR department manager is speaking with sales department employee. Departments are different, positions are also different. Got it? Departments are different, HR and sales. Positions are also different, manager, employee. So departments are different, positions are different. So it is known as what? Diagonal communication or crosswise communication. So these are the three types of formal communication: horizontal, vertical, diagonal. Got it? Horizontal, vertical, diagonal. And in these three are types of which communication? Formal communication. In formal we have horizontal, vertical and diagonal. I'll write it here in mnemonic also: horizontal, vertical, diagonal. Formal के three types of communication are there: horizontal, vertical, diagonal. And formal is which type of communication? Internal. Internal means what? Within the organization. First type of communication is internal. In internal you have formal, informal. In formal you have three: horizontal, vertical, diagonal. Now you can answer this question. Just read it once and answer it. Okay, so I hope everyone has read the question, read the options and written the answers. You can write the answers in comment section. So I'll also come to know at the end of the class how many of you have answered the questions correctly. Okay, so make sure you are answering the questions in the comment box, and the student who has answered all the questions correct, or the student whose maximum questions are correct, that student's comment will be pinned. So make sure you are answering all the questions correct, or at least try to answer most of the questions correctly. Now, I hope everyone has answered this question correct. The answer for this question is vertical. Okay, the answer for this question is vertical. Why vertical? Just now we have seen supervisor is giving the orders to workers of that factory. First of all, factory is used, the term word factory is used, and supervisor is ordering to workers. So non-formal, this cannot be the answer. Distance, have we heard of this type? Distance, no. So two options are already gone. Now think you are in KBC. Now you have two options left, 50-50. Now 50-50 is left. Always in examination also write this on a rough sheet whenever you are solving the questions. Supervisor and worker. Immediately you will get the answer vertical. Okay, if it would have been supervisor and supervisor, then you would have written it like that, supervisor and supervisor. So this will become what? Horizontal. But here it is given supervisor and worker. So what is it? Vertical. Understood? Simple, easy, nothing difficult. Now quickly we'll take a look at another question. Unattentiveness of receiver may affect. For example, now if I am teaching you, what if? Now for example, I am explaining these PYQs to you and you are not listening, you are not paying attention, you have just put on this YouTube video, but you are in your own world, you're dreaming of what you're going to eat in whole day, or you have to go somewhere, so what are you going to wear, or you need to watch some web series, so when you'll watch, how you'll binge watch it. Different thoughts are going on in your mind. You are the receiver, right? My students are the receiver and I am the sender. Correct? We have seen it in this diagram. Here the students are receiver and I am the teacher, I am sender. So then I am explaining it to you guys, and if you are not paying attention, who is it going to affect, or what is going to get affected? So again, in each and every MCQ, PYQ, make sure you are applying elimination technique, because this technique is going to help you score better in your exams. Now see, okay, unattentiveness of receiver may affect sender. Will it affect sender? Will it affect me? That if you are not paying attention to what I am saying, is it going to affect me? I don't know also. In offline class, okay, teachers come to know that students are not, but in online classes, will I be able to come to know that what are you doing while listening to my video or while watching my video? No. So how is it going to affect me? Will it affect me? No, it won't affect me. So sender option is gone. Will it affect the message? No. What I am explaining, I have already explained and uploaded the video. Because you are not paying attention, you are dreaming about the food and the parties and the web series. So will I stop saying my message, or will my message be stopped? No, my video is playing in the background and your thinking also is going on simultaneously. So again, this option is wrong, this option is gone. Next is media. Why the hell will media get affected? Like, kaise? Media is what? The YouTube channel or the video that you're watching. Because you are not paying attention, will this video stop automatically? Okay, Priya is not paying attention. YouTube stop playing the video. Is it going to happen? I mean, yeah, in I guess next 5 years or 10 years, metaverse and everything is going to take place. So this feature also will be added where we are not paying attention and the YouTube will stop playing the video. This can happen. Yeah, this can be the future. Like if with metaverse and everything going on, this can be the future. But currently, if Priya is dreaming about something, or she has gone off to sleep, will the video stop playing? No. So what is the option left? Effectiveness of communication. Now what do you mean by effectiveness of communication? That I am communicating with you, I am explaining this PYQs of communication to you so that you should understand it, you should be able to recollect it, retain it, memorize it, and when you give the examination, you will be able to answer it. You will be able to answer it in examination, you can prepare your notes, you can revise it. This is the purpose of my communication to you guys. If you are not paying attention, what is going to happen? You will not understand anything. You won't comment that, okay ma'am, my 7 questions were right, 6 questions were right. Or you won't give the feedback. These all are minor things that you won't write in comment section, you won't give the feedback. But the major impact will be what? That you are not getting the knowledge what other students are getting. who were paying attention to this video, who were paying attention to the class, what effectiveness of communication has reached to them, that they have understood the entire topic, that is missed by you. So if the receiver is not paying attention, what is going to happen? The effectiveness of communication will get affected. Because why am I teaching you what should be the effect of my communication? That you guys should be able to answer it, you guys should understand it, you guys should score well in your examination, you should qualify the examination. This should be the effect of my communication. But if the receiver is not paying attention, is he going to qualify the examination? Will he be able to understand the communication lesson? No. So who is going to affect? Effectiveness will affect due to unattentiveness of receiver. This was easy question, but I have explained it in a bit detail to the students who are learning this unit or who are preparing first time for the examination. So they should also get the basic idea of what is communication. Okay, and use elimination technique. I am saying it again and again. Now the next question and the last question of this paper is, programs on TV channels sometimes misleads society because. Now this is a very general question. Here the UGC, NTA, they play with students, like they test what is the point of view of student, they have understood the concept or not. You can say this is a conceptual question also. That, for example, some students will think, no, that TV serials which are shown on TV channels, the dramas and all, they are very nice. How come they mislead? XYZ drama mein they are showing that girls should get educated, and ABC drama mein they are showing that domestic violence is very bad. Okay, but similarly, some students will feel, no, this dramas also portray a very sad side or a depressive side of the society. The dramas are not good, they mislead it. Okay, like that the students will have different perspective. Okay, so whenever this type of question is asked, where it is a conceptual question and it is a question for a large audience, what you will do is, first always try with the elimination technique. Okay, and imagine yourself and others also. Like if you are staying with your family, imagine if you are answering A for this, what your family members will answer. Okay, think from their point of view also. So programs on TV channels sometimes mislead society because. Why? Because audiences are in large numbers. The first option is audiences are in large numbers. Abhi, do you think this is right? If audience are in large numbers, how is it connected with the TV channel dramas? And how will it connect with misleading the society? No. Audience large hai, isliye the society is getting misled by TV channels. No, this itself is wrong. No explanation is needed. Audiences are illiterate. Now, many students, when they had given this examination of MET, they had marked B as the option. But I didn't understand why you guys marked B, because B is not at all right. Audiences are illiterate. Do you think because audience are illiterate it is misleading? This has nothing to do with literacy and illiteracy. Sometimes the people who are educated, they also will get misled by this TV dramas and all. And sometimes the ones who are uneducated, who are illiterate, they won't get misled by these dramas. For example, now in some TV channel dramas, they are showing that you should eat gluten-free, vegan, this, that, you should do Zumba, you should do the workout. So do you think, now for example, the audience who are illiterate, For now, I'm not categorizing anyone in illiterate and literate, but for example, the house helps or the maids who are working in your house, will they you are watching this drama, they'll watch with you this drama, and immediately next day they'll go and eat all these things, or what, the vegan free products, and they'll start doing Zumba, yoga. Are they going to do that? Are they going to get misleaded? No, they'll follow what they follow. They'll eat proper roti, rice, and instead of yoga they do household work. In that only their workout is done. In that household work only they do the workout. So, but they are illiterate. So are they getting misled? No. But we as literates, we get misled that, oh my god, vegan free, gluten free, we should do Zumba, yoga. We'll do Zumba, yoga, we'll go for a walk, and after we walk, we'll come and have then samosas. Just because in TV serials they are showing, oh, we should walk and we should do this, that, we'll do all of that, and then the other hour also we'll do some stupid things, that is we'll eat something oily, or we'll eat something with high sugar, we'll do these things. So this is again a wrong option, that because audience are illiterate they get misled. No, this is not right. Illiterate can get, because of illiterate people the society is going down, or because of literate, no, this has no connection. Few people, audience group is heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means what? That there are people of various backgrounds and various thought process and of different class and everything. Okay, heterogeneous means we can distinguish people from each other in various categories. So this could have been the right answer if and only if D option was have not been there. In place of D option, that is difference in sender and receiver's perception, if UGC would have given that audiences are literate, D option they would have given audiences are literate, then C would have been the correct answer. But always in excitement, A is wrong, B is wrong, oh, C is right, we'll quickly, especially in set examination, we'll quickly do this in the OMR. You'll come quickly fill that circle, and then when you read the D option, you will be like, oh man, shit, why did I circle this option? D was a better option than C. So especially in set examination, don't be in a hurry to quickly fill that circle. Read all the 4 options, then only go and fill that circle. Okay. In net examination, so you have the option, but in set examination, you cannot change once you have filled that circle. In net examination, you can change it unlimited, infinitely. But in set, you can't. Once you have filled that circle in your OMR sheet, that is the final answer. After that, if you circle D also, you won't get any marks. Okay. So C is not right. Why? Because in D option, they have explained it more better, that why the TV channels, why the serials or dramas on the TV channel mislead society, because difference in sender and receiver's perception. What is this now? What does this mean? That they are trying to now suppose in one serial, I am not going to name it, they are showing that a husband has cheated on his wife. Okay, husband has cheated on his wife. Okay, chalo, I'll take the name, itna bhi kya hoga. Suppose in that serial Anupama, my mom watches, so I am giving you this example, that in that serial they have shown that the guy Vanraj has cheated on Anupama. Okay, so now they are showing that how Anupama is leading her life, how she is struggling, then how she is making herself more independent. These all things they are showing. Okay, and the guy, that Vanraj, who has cheated on Anupama, what is going on in his life and with whom he has cheated, the lady Kavya, how their life is going on, these things are being shown and in that serial. But suppose now if we'll see that wow, see, Anupama got cheated, but now how she is struggling and how she's trying to make a life, how she's getting independent, she's going to work, she's living for herself. Okay, so some people will see this, and some people what they'll see, oh my god, see, Vanraj has cheated on his wife, still his parents have kept him in his home only, and he has married that other girl also. So yeah, even we can do this thing, like we can also cheat on our wives, and after that what, for a month or something people will blame us, but after that everything is normal. Now see, Kavya is accepted by my family, she's living with us. Some people will think it's like that, but what are the makers of that channel trying to say? That if something like that happens with any of the women, how they should lead their life instead of harming themselves, instead of crying and getting depressed. They should take the decisions of their life in their own hand, and they should live a better life. This is what the makers are trying to say. But if the people will and take it in another way, that okay, cheating is fine, we can get married and bring that girl in our house, and then the family will accept it. So what will mislead? The difference in sender and receiver's perception. What are the sender, that is the makers of Anupama, what they are trying to say, and receivers, that is what the audience are understanding from that. The people who are understanding, okay, that Anupama, we should live life like Anupama, not like her, means we should not sit and cry, okay, if he has cheated, that's his this, but now how we can make our life better? We cannot end our life, nor we can sit and cry. We have to get up and do something for ourselves. This is what people should understand. But if people are understanding, no, this is right, okay, cheating is allowed, see what he's doing, this, that, then that is wrong. So the better option is what? Why will the TV channels mislead the society? Because sender and receivers perceptions are different. So the D option is the right one. Now this question won't be repeated again. But why I'm explaining such detailed manner to you guys? Because maybe in next exam some conceptual based question will be asked, or some general knowledge based question will be asked. At that time your brain should have or should develop this kind of thinking. Now when I will give the exam and this question will be asked to me, at that time in my mind it should click, okay, my ma'am had told me in one question Anupama ka example, or in one question she had given student and teachers ka example. So your brain now will automatically start thinking. Whenever unexpected questions will be asked to you in examination, you will start relating it with any web series which you like or which you have seen with your family members, or anything which is going around you, you'll relate it to that. And the moment you relate things in this manner, your questions will start getting correct. So make sure whenever in examination, be it set, be it net, any question which is unexpected, and you will get to see many questions which are unexpected. Okay, now do you think this 50th question is a part of your syllabus? Like in your syllabus this specific misleading society and all is given? No, these are all general knowledge questions, but you have to develop your mind, your brain in such manner that these questions also you can answer. See, now out of these 5 questions, first question was a bit unexpected one, second is in your syllabus, third is in your syllabus, fourth is in your syllabus. No, 3 are from your syllabus and 2 are not from your syllabus. So in set examination, out of 5, 3 questions were from syllabus and 2 were out of syllabus. Now, these 3 questions everyone is answering correct. Okay, these 3 questions everyone is answering, they'll get 6 marks. But these 2 questions no one is answering. But if from these 2, even one or even both the questions you answer correct, your marks will be 10, others' marks will be 6. So, your chances of getting selected in that 6% will be increased. 2 marks say people have lost their net, their JRF, their set. So you should understand the value of each and every questions. Don't focus much on the questions which everyone can answer. This question everyone will answer, because each and every educator has taught what are these concepts, what are the types, what is the bundles, everyone has taught. But what about these 2 questions which no one has taught, which we also can't imagine that UGC or NTA will ask us. So for this question, how we need to prepare ourselves? We need to prepare in this way. You need to develop your thinking in this way, because this is very important. Ye 6 marks everyone will bring, trust me, you will also bring. But what about these 4 marks? The students who bring this 4 marks will only have the edge of getting selected in that 6% and in that 1% of JRF. So make sure with these 6 questions you are paying attention, with these 3 questions you are paying attention to these 2 questions as well. Okay, don't just focus on the 3 questions which are from syllabus. Try to develop your thinking in a way that these 2 questions also you will be able to answer, or at least one of that. Okay, so this question, so we have completed 5 questions of 2021 PYQ or set examination. Now we will see some another questions. Now the next questions are from 2020 question paper of set examination. So the first question is, while defining communication, Miller focuses on. So if you are seeing the pattern of set examination, they are asking you one question based on any author or person's model of communication. Again, as I had said you earlier, that in this questions you need to use elimination technique. But even if you use elimination technique in this question, still it's a bit difficult to get the answer. So in such cases, see, in previous question here we could eliminate it easily because it was given not much important. So we could eliminate it easily, but in this we won't be able to eliminate because there is no such option where we can even guess that what Miller focuses on. So what you will do in such questions, you have to use one technique, which is that whenever you come to a question where even by using elimination technique you are not able to judge, then in such questions, whichever is your favorite, most favorite option, if option A, B, C or D, that option you have to mark for every question which you are not understanding. Now for every means don't mark it for 10, 20 questions. At the most in 50 questions you can do this for 3 to 4 questions. Okay, at the most 3 to 4 questions you can apply this technique. Suppose now A is your favorite option. So in 3 to 4 questions out of 50 questions, if 3 to 4 questions you are facing, even by elimination technique you are not able to guess the answer, guess the option, then for all that 3 questions or 4 questions, mark only one option, that is A option you will mark for all that 4 questions, or B or C or D. Okay, this is one tip or trick you can say, because the possibility of getting at least 2 questions right by doing this technique is high. Okay, so whenever you come to such questions where even by using elimination technique you are not able to answer, then for such 3 to 4 questions mark one option only, that is for 16th you will mark A, For 20 you will mark A, for 25 you will mark A, for 40 you will mark A, or B. Okay, so now my favorite is, I always think that first option is only the best. So if I'll mark A for 16, then for coming 4 questions or coming 3 questions which I am not able to solve, so for coming 3 questions also I'll be doing A, or I'll be marking A only. Okay, so for this question the answer is A, that Miller focuses on behavioral change of receiver. No need to by heart these authors and all, it is simply waste of time. We have other things that we need to by heart. Next is serial functions of sender in communication cycle are as follows. Now, whenever you are reading such question, highlight the word sender. Sender का importance they are asking. Sender के point of view से what are the important, what happened that is, from sender's point of view, what are the important parts? Now, see, here we had seen that sender will give the message to receiver and through a medium channel, everything. But other than that, one more important point is, whenever sender is sending a message to receiver, while sending the message, he is going to encode the message. What will he do? Encode. Who will encode? Sender will encode. Okay, and who is going to decode that message? Students. That is you guys. You are going to decode the message. Now, what is encoding, what is decoding? I had taught you all in the previous classes, but still quickly I am telling what is encoding, what is decoding. Sender, I am the teacher, I am encoding the message. How will I encode the message? I am encoding through this diagram. This diagram is my encoding. And students are decoding. Decoding means students are trying to understand. See, you are trying to understand that, okay, ma'am has written here S, arrow is going towards this side to R. That means sender is sending the message to R. Then ma'am has written students in bracket besides R. That means receiver means students. So what all I have drawn here in a diagram form, in a figure form, that is my encoding. Encoding can be through different ways. If we are preparing slides and writing paragraphs, okay, or if I am showing you a picture, or if I am drawing a diagram, these are all what? Types of encoding. Now, whenever I am explaining these terms to you, and if you have not learned it before, okay, if this is your very first attempt, make sure that as I am explaining, you are noting these things down. Okay, prepare rough notes along with the lectures. So encoding means the diagrams, the pictures, the slides, the PPTs. These are what? Encoding. Okay, whenever I will show you the slides where I have written paragraphs, you are decoding it. How? By reading it. When I am showing you picture, you are trying to understand what is given in that picture. That means what? You are decoding. So decoding basically means what? Decoding basically means what? When students are trying to understand it. That is decoding. And encoding means how I am presenting it. I am presenting it in PDF form, in a PPT form, through words, through pictures, through diagrams. These are all what? Encoding. Message is what? That I want to teach you what is sender and receiver in communication. This is my message. How am I teaching it through you? Through this diagram which I am drawing. What is my medium and channel? YouTube is my medium, videos are my medium or my channel. What are you decoding? How are you decoding? You are decoding by understanding what all I have drawn. And after that, to make the communication effective, what is most important? Feedback, be it positive or negative, feedback is important for the communication to be effective. Now, I hope everyone has understood what is encoding. Okay, everyone has understood. And who does encoding? Sender. Sender encoding. Write it in your book. Sender will do encoding. Sender encoding. Receiver decoding. Write this in your books or draw the diagram like that. Maybe you will draw it in a better way. Mine is thoda shabby, but yours will be better. So now, when in question it is asked serial functions of sender, what you are going to imagine, the first thing that should come in your mind is, okay, sender, what is the job of sender? Will he receive something, sender? No. First, this question you should drop out, eliminate it. Again, here they have given receive. Sender will receive. So for receiver, what he is going to do? Cross. Wrong. Now these are the two options left with you, A and D. A may they have given collection and D may they have given encoding. ठीक है. Collection also sender does. I am going to collect the material, right? I am going to read books. I am going to watch some videos and then I'll collect everything and then I'll present it to you. First I have to learn now to teach you, right? I am the sender, I am the teacher, I have to learn. So for learning I'll be collecting things. So this part is correct. Encoding, sender does encoding, this part is also correct. But now here I can see decoding word. Okay, here the word decoding is given. And you all are smart students. You all have learned that decoding who does? Receiver. That means students will do the decoding. But in the question, in the option, here they have given decoding. So is this right? No. Bas, khatam. Finish. You have got your answer. By elimination technique. You just need to remember few key points. No need to remember the entire in-depth theory also. Few points also if you remember you will be able to answer. Decoding is the job of receiver. Here they are asking about sender. So what we'll do? We'll cross this question. See, in set examination one benefit you have, that you have the hard copy. That means you have the question paper in your hand. So whenever you are solving, before marking into OMR, before circling that OMR sheet, do this in your question paper. As soon as you read the question, cross out. Cross out. Don't do it in your mind. Man mein don't cross out. Otherwise you will get confused. In question paper, you should cross out. Okay. B and C receiving gone. D mein decoding is given gone. This is the answer. Go and mark it. This is the best way to solve the questions and you will do it quickly. Now here it is taking time because I am explaining it to you. But when you will do it in a minute. Like less than minute it will take. Receiving cut. Okay, encoding collection theek hai. But here I can see decoding cut. This sender and decoding ka no relation is there. So now A is the option. Finish. You got your 2 marks. So simple, right? Okay. Now we'll see the next question. Now the next question is, components of communication cycle are sender, message, receiver. Sender, message, receiver, and. Now and me. First I'll show you this diagram. See the components. These all are the components. Okay, of communication. Sender, receiver, then there should be a message which needs to be communicated. There is going to be a medium, channel. Sender is encoding. Students are decoding. There is a noise. And feedback is important for what? To complete the message so that the message should be effective. The communication should be effective. Right? Now how you will solve this? Again highlight the important word. What is asked? Components. Components of communication cycle. Now here I can see this odd one out, barrier. Barrier is it a component? No. It's not a component. Okay. Noise. Yes, noise is there, but is it an important component? No, we will always want that there should be no noise. So again, this is out. Next to our media and feedback. Now, most of the children will mark feedback. Yes, ma'am. In previous questions, you had told communication should be effective, so feedback is important. So immediately D will be filled with circle in your OMR sheet, and that answer will be wrong. Because why it is going to be wrong? They have not asked you what makes the communication effective. They are asking you what are the components. So in components, yes, these are also the components except barriers. Barriers is not a component, okay? But most primary is what? Media. For effective communication, you will be marking feedback. But for components, what is the important component? It is media and not feedback. Got it? I'll write it here for you. Effective communication, feedback, and components. In components, first priority you will give to other options. That is, now here I won't write media. Here you can write, here S sender will come, M media will be there. Then again M for message will be there. Then C is for channel, R is for receiver. Okay. See, sender, message, medium, channel, receivers, decoding, encoding. But what is the most important here? Noise? No, noise is a negative term. Why we'll choose the negative term? Always we'll go first for positive term. So media is right, not feedback, because here they have asked components of communication. They have not asked what is important in for effective communication. Got the difference? Like that, UGC and NTA will play with you. Just by one word, you will mark your answer wrong. Okay? Feedback, effective communication. All other, sender, messenger, receiver, media, this is what? This is components. These are the components. Got it? Now next question. Again, they have asked types of communication ka question. Now, this is another question. Here they have asked number of parties involved in communication. Again, use the elimination technique first. Personal communication. Have we even heard about it? No, we have not. Next is formal communication. So, in formal, we have learned three types: HVD, horizontal, vertical, diagonal. But in option what they are asking, formal communication is based on number of parties. Is it? No. Because formal is a wide term. In formal, one of the formal type is based, not entire formal. Got it? Not entire formal is based on number of parties. So again, formal out of question. Next is horizontal. Yes, horizontal is right, but wait, we should not immediately fill the circle in OMR. We should check the last option also. Last option what they have given? Informal. Now, informal, I'll tell you all some type. First, I'll explain you all types of informal communication. Then we'll go ahead with the answer. Second, informal we had seen above. Informal is a part of which communication? Internal communication. Okay. So, in informal, again there are various types. First type is cluster chain. Okay, first is cluster chain. Cluster chain means what? Everyone has watched the movie Jai Ho, right? How they had explained in Jai Ho, if one person is passing an information to two persons, then that two persons are further going to pass the information to another, maybe 2 person or 3 persons, right? And like that the communication will go on and on and on. This is cluster chain. And informal, what do you mean by informal? Whenever you are gossiping, chit-chatting in your college, in your office, in your organization, wherever you are working, okay, or you're studying, you're chit-chatting, right? What is chit-chatting, gossiping? Informal. But in informal also we have various types, means there are various types to gossip also, in short. So first is cluster chain, where suppose A friend has some gossip, he'll give to 2 of his friends, B and C. Then B will give that gossip to F, G, C will give to D, E. And like that the chain is increasing, but in cluster manner. Like that the chain will increase and it will form a cluster of gossips. People gossiping, not gossips, people gossiping. Next type of informal is single strand. Single strand chain. Oops. What did I do? Single strand chain. Now, as the name says, single and strand. Strand means a line, right? How we say strand of a hair. Okay. So it is in a straight line, na? So suppose now A is a friend. He has some gossip. He will pass it to B. B will pass it to C, C to D, and like that it will go on in a single line, like a train, like a chain, okay, like a strand. So this is known as what? Single strand chain of informal communication. Again a type of gossip. Next will be probability. Now what do you mean by probability? Probability means something random, right? We have learnt in our school, college, in maths, probability of picking a card, spade or a diamond, and throwing a dice or tossing a coin. These are all type of probability. Like randomly there will be heads or tail or 6 or 2 in a die. Got it? So this is probability. Probability means random. I'll write it here for you all, if for the ones who don't know. Probability means randomly things are taking place. So again, this A person has lot of gossip, so much gossips he is having to pass on. Again this A person is passing on or is sharing the gossips or giving some informations. Information means which is not of a use, not of important use, it is just time pass. Informal, everything was important. Whatever we were discussing, communicating was important. In informal it is not important or less important, and it is mainly gossip. I'll write it here, not important gossip. Okay. So then this B friend is very nice person. He is saying, okay, A has told me some gossip, he has told me something about XYZ person, okay, it's fine, it's their life, they can do whatever they want. I am not the person who will pass on the gossip. But C is a very shana friend. He will say, no, this is such a nice gossip, I'll add some more spice, some more mirch masala to it, and I'll pass it on. So he will pass it to 2 of his friends, D and E. Now E is also like B only. He will also say, no, why we should pass such things of someone if we have come to know. I am not going to tell it to anyone. But D will tell it to 2 more friends. Okay. So what is happening here? A is telling to 2 of his friends, B and C. But B is not telling to anyone. C is telling to someone. Then again D is not telling. So what is this? This is randomness. That A is also not sure whether B is going to tell to someone, C is going to say it to someone. C is not sure whether D will tell it to somebody or D won't tell to somebody. Okay, so what is this? This is all randomness, where we don't know whether the information which we have sent will go to that person or it will be till that person only. Okay, it will go to another person or he will keep it to himself, where we don't know. There is a randomness to it. So this is which type of informal communication? Random or probability. Now the last type is wrong, eliminate. Okay. Now next two options are very good options which have high chances. Okay, students will feel yeah, powerful media is also an absence of direct feedback also. But media is powerful. This can be a characteristic. Is this a characteristic that powerful media is a characteristic of mass media communication? Is this a characteristic? No. Powerful media is not a characteristic. Okay. So it is not one of the important characteristic of mass media communication. Now the option that is left is absence of direct feedback. Now think about it. Whenever you are reading some newspaper or you are watching television, can you give the direct feedback? Do you have the producer's number or you can directly contact them? Is it possible for giving the direct feedback? Is it possible for everyone to give that direct feedback? Direct. I am talking about direct feedback. I am not talking about indirect feedback. Direct feedback. Is it possible in mass media? No. So this is what? One of the important characteristics. No? Characteristics means what? What all things that mass media can do. Okay, it is crucial to know what are the importance. Now here I will write also for you guys the characteristics if you want. If you want, I will write, even if you don't want, I'll write because I am the teacher. Characteristics of mass media. First characteristic is wide target. Wide target means scattered, hetero, large, everything will come in this. Okay. Then what is its prime motive? To give a message, public message. This is the prime motive. And what are the different channels? It can be TV, internet, newspaper, anything. This is also an important feature or characteristic of mass media. Next is what? No direct feedback. This is another important characteristics. Wैसे this is a logical question, but still I have given you all the characteristics. If someone wants to learn it, that if they feel that okay, in next attempt, because this question was asked in 2020 this question was asked. If someone feels that again this question can be repeated, so for them I have just written these points of characteristics of mass media. If you want, you can learn, but I don't think so. Learning is beneficial. This is a general knowledge question, but I have given it for you. Those who want to learn, they can learn also. Okay, so we have completed 2 PYQs. This was of 2020. Okay, 5 questions of communication we have completed of 2020, and this one was of 2021. Okay, this was 2021, 5 questions of communication. These were the PYQs of set examination. This was the first class, so we could take only 10 questions, but in next class we will take it up to 15 to 20 questions. So around 80 questions will be done. 80 questions means ample of concepts also will be completed. So the target is only that 80 questions or maybe 70 or maybe 90. Round about 90 to 100 questions will complete, so that the concepts are also. Now whichever concepts I have explained you in today's class, make sure you are preparing good notes of that. If you want, you can Google from your end also. Okay, so yes, if you have liked this new technique and new way of teaching, that is Q2C, questions to concept, then do share it with your friends and like the video. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Make sure you have commented the answers. Let us also see that who has understood the topics and who has answered the most correct questions. And if you have any suggestions, you can comment it down, or you can message me on Telegram. If you haven't joined the Telegram channel, make sure you have joined the Telegram channel also. Links are given in the description box. And yes, that's it for today. I'll meet you in the next class. Till then, take care. Bye. Have a nice day.